are second-year students of Saratov State Medical University, Рамазанова Зульфия and Морозова Алина. We would like to present you our work about Soviet scientist Михаил Петрович Чумаков and his contribution in medicine. We consider that this person's work has changed the situation with a large number of previously fatal diseases, and that's why it is important to tell about him.
Mikhail Petrovich Chumakov was a Soviet microbiologist and virologist, most famous for conducting pivotal large-scale clinical trials that led to licensing of the oral polio vaccine developed by Albert Sabin.
In 1937, Chumakov participated in a scientific expedition to Khabarovsk region of Soviet Far East that was led by Professor Lev Zilber. Together with his colleagues, he discovered the etiology of a new transmissible neurological disease called tick-borne encephalitis, or TBE, and isolated the virus that causes it. For this discovery, he was awarded the Stalin Prize of First Degree in Science and Technology in 1941.
At the beginning of 1940s, Chumakov organized multiple medical expeditions to Siberia and other regions of the Soviet Union to investigate outbreaks caused by new viruses. Among viruses discovered and studied by Chumakov are Omsk hemorrhagic fever and Kemerovo fever viruses, and many others.
The scientists began using the blood serum of tick-borne encephalitis patients for treatment. At the same time, he immunized domestic goats to obtain immune sera. Methods of manufacturing and use of serum preparations are constantly being improved, and these preparations remain in the arsenal of the main means of prevention and early treatment of tick-borne encephalitis.
In 1955, he organized a new research institute near Moscow to work on vaccines against poliomyelitis. His work on it was done in close collaboration with American scientists including Jonas Salk and Albert Sabin. In 1959, he and his wife Marina Voroshilova organized the first mass production and clinical trials of oral poliovirus vaccine made from leaf attenuated virus, developed by Albert Sabin. The leaf vaccine was given by mouth, and Chumakov suggested producing it in the form of candy and conduct widespread immunization.
Poliomyelitis is a viral infection that mainly affects the central nervous system and leads to the development of flaccid paresis and paralysis. Depending on the clinical form, poliomyelitis may be asymptomatic and with pronounced meningeal symptoms, autonomic disorders, etc. Polio can be transmitted by a sick person who excretes the virus in nasopharyngeal mucus. The majority of those infected are children under 7 years old.
Chumakov's work made the Soviet Union the first country to develop, produce, license, and widely use this highly effective vaccine that practically eliminated polio from the country in the first few years of its use. The vaccine produced by Chumakov's institute was exported into more than 60 countries and was a tool in stopping large outbreaks of poliomyelitis in Eastern Europe and Japan. OPV was licensed in the United States in 1962 due to its success in Russia. Chumakov also created a number of other vaccines, including inactivated vaccine against tick-borne encephalitis, measles, influenza, and many others.
The World Health Organization started the global program for poliomyelitis eradication in 1988 based on Chumakov researches that included the creation of technology for the production and widespread use of leaf polio vaccine. So, Chumakov made a huge contribution to the struggle of mankind against many diseases, such as poliomyelitis, measles, different types of hemorrhagic fevers, tick-borne encephalitis, etc. Without his work, way more people would still suffer from some of these diseases. Thank you for your attention.